Alright guys, welcome back to the gaming channel. Today we're going to be discussing and giving our predictions and thoughts on this year's 2021 Legends third year anniversary. So we're going to start with this tweet that we found on the official Dragon Ball Legends Twitter page right here. As you can see here, it's a picture, pretty much black and white, a figure like carrying 6 balls. And my friend here, Tommy's going to, I guess, give his thoughts on it and I'll just interject.
Okay, so for our first prediction, you might not like this, but it could be another merge Zamasu, but with his Blades of Judgment. I mean, it would look like they're just copying and pasting for anniversary, but I feel like they could probably do a corrupt Zamasu to make it different, quote unquote. Mm-hmm. And if they were to add a merge Zamasu into the game, that would buff the future tag. Like, it doesn't get enough buffs already.
Yeah, like for example here, I'm going to pull it up on the Dragon Ball Legends.dbz.space website right here. As you can see, this is the future tag as it stands right now. It isn't, I mean, it is quite meta relevant, but like, I mean, there's already a Fusion Zamasu from last year's second year anniversary. So like, my personal opinion about them repeating it, even if it's going to be like some sort of like merge Zamasu, like, you know, on steroids card, like, I feel like repeating anniversary themes is kind of annoying to me. I feel like it's a bad marketing for like those who want like unique anniversary themes and stuff like that. Having the same thing reoccur every single year is not the best thing for the game in my opinion. Like they've done Vegito and future themes for like 3 years in a row. And like for some like references right here, like as I showed in the first Twitter picture, this is what the Legends Twitter page like posted right here. As you can see, like the the red orbs in the sky. We're not sure as to what that could be, but taking it from this image that we found on the internet right here, like Merge Zamasu is like using his, I guess, is this like God Sky attack or something? Like what is it exactly?
It's called Blades of Judgment.
Yeah. So as you can see here, it's kind of pretty similar, like almost nearly the same posture, red orbs in the sky shooting down. So like it kind of is like one of the only reference pictures that we found that were like similar to this. So I feel like it's plausible that this could be a hint towards that right there.
And if we were to get added, it could help the future tag. Like if it were to be yellow, that would be great because like like the only two good yellows are basically the yellow trunks from last year and then LF Future Going, which is an LF, which not that many people are gonna have. Yeah. So the Merge Zamasu was not gonna be LF. It's gonna be like a side unit, like Merge Zamasu, like Fuse Zamasu was last year. Mm-hmm. That'll help it a lot, and especially if it was like a yellow. Or maybe blue, because obviously like the best blue to have is LF Vegito blue and then blue trunks if he was Zenkai. And obviously the free-to-play trunks, but obviously that's a grind in itself.
Yeah, I agree with that too. To piggyback off of what he said right there, like definitely I would like for there, if there were to be Zamasu, like I would definitely like for it to be a yellow unit, because to be honest, out of the 2 yellow options that we have here that are like, I guess, meta relevant, I guess Super Saiyan Gohan's the only one that's really like a contender for it. Like the Super Saiyan Trunks adult right here that I'm hovering over that came out during the second year anniversary for Legends last year. I mean, he's not great. People don't really talk about him anymore. He kind of fell off the wagon quite a ways back. Like he got overshadowed by many units. Like this LF Super Saiyan Gohan right here. So yeah, yellow desperately needs some help on the future team. It's not like this team like needs help to be in general. It's already meta relevant to begin with some like top tier options, like obviously Vegito Blue and Zenkai Super Saiyan 2 Trunks adult right here, and even this free to play Trunks right here, and like support EX is like, this team's pretty busted to begin with. It's gotten quite the buff over the last year, but yeah, if it were to be Zamasu, I would definitely like for it to be like a yellow, or I mean, if worst case scenario, I guess maybe like blue then, I guess. I guess now going on to the next thing right here, it could be, I guess, Kefla. I guess Tatami, you can start by talking about that too.
Yeah, with Kefla, like obviously that's not that much to work off with, because it would probably look exactly or almost similar to the Kefla that we got with the breakdown tanks I dropped.
Yeah.
But if it obviously that would help the Fusion Warrior like tag a lot, because it's semi like relevant, because most of the powerhouses are like LFs or like. But like obviously like nowadays, like green Kefla and yellow Vegito are like really common to get, and they're like staples of the Fusion team. But obviously, like if you wanted to get a really good one, you obviously want the LFs.
Yeah, Fusion Warrior, as I have it on screen right here, is not the most stacked tag in the game. Like, to be honest, like, I mean, Super Saiyan Blue Vegito right here is obviously like powerhouse right here. This Super Vegito LF is like on the cusp of like getting a Zenkai, so it could help the team out pretty well. Kefla is still kind of relevant nowadays, but like in general, this Fusion Warrior tag on Legends is very limited, as you can see on the screen right here. It doesn't even fit it fits like about half the page realistically with characters. So yeah, like any help that Fusion Warrior can have, like it definitely would love to have another Kefla on it. That's like meta relevant.
Another tag that should help a lot right now would be Universal Survival Saga tag.
Mm-hmm.
Because honestly, like there's been a lot of additions ever since like Christmas, when UI dropped. Because we've had like UI, the Pride Troopers, and we've had like, and then before them we had like the Chomp and Vados cards, which are super good to this day. And then just recently we've gotten the Android 17 and 18, which were the last banner out.
Yep.
And they're also like really good.
And going off of like limited tags in the game, like Universal Survival Saga, as I have on the screen right now, is even less than what Fusion Warriors had right there. Like the Fusion Warriors already kind of lacking right here. It's pretty dry. Like the units, some of the top 2 units like LF Gogeta and LF Vegito, and then Green Kefla. Those are pretty much like the true contenders that are up right now. Maybe EX Gogeta for support and like this free to play Vegeta, but other than that, it's like pretty limited. And like, oh yeah, Zenkai Gogeta as well is pretty good, but I mean, man, Universal Survival Saga is just down bad right now. Like, jeez, I need some help for real. So Kefla. Oh, doesn't she also belong on Female Warrior as well? So I mean.
Yeah, but don't worry about that tag. So don't worry about it.
Hey man, you gotta give some love to other tags in the games too. You can't just have the same dominating teams going on a rampage all the time, you know. But anyway,
let's go with our last prediction for
our last prediction right here. Like going off of this single to a Twitter post that the Legends Twitter page posted. This was pretty much like mainly my prediction between us two right here. Like I felt like it could be I guess Omega Shenron after you absorb the Black Star balls back in the GT saga. So like I guess you can go off of that right now.
And like it could be the one where like he loses like the Dragon Balls, like see he's missing the 4-star ball because obviously Goku took it and swallowed it like a dumbass.
Yeah, I mean this is gonna be quite a stretch, to be honest. The only reason why I came to mind is because like I mean the balls were hovering around him to begin with, like in the GT Saga series before he absorbed them. Like he kind of like had them float up around him.
And plus, even though it would be the same thing with Zamasu, where it's like a copy and paste of last year, but GT really needs help because, well, first of all, everybody's already speculating like Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is going to be like the main LF, so we don't need to worry about that. But with Omega Shenron, or like at least a Transformer one to Omega, that will help the GT tag a lot because obviously it'll give another option. Because even though with the addition with LF Super Saiyan 4 Goku and then the Zenkais of the other two, it's still not enough because like obviously like LF Super Saiyan 4 Goku, like it's an LF in itself, so it's hard to get. And obviously it's kind of expensive to get Zenkais because get them 7 stars and also spend 7K to get them fully maxed out.
Yeah. All right.
So to have a side unit that can like have like a little higher chance to pull than LFs, that would really help the category and like other people who just have like a budget like GT team.
Yeah, for sure. I'm taking a look at the GT tag right now on Legends DBZ space right here, and yeah, your points are pretty valid right there. So I don't have too much to add on top of that. So I guess we can go straight to this like the second Twitter page post like hint that we found. So as you can see here, this is the second hint that Dragon Ball Legends Twitter page posted right here, and it's just a white backdrop with like 2, I guess. Well, if it loads, I guess. I can't really do anything about that. But I guess while it loads, we can just talk about it. As you can see, there's a white backdrop with 2 different size, like bars right here. Like one being yellow and longer, and one being pretty much half the size, if not just shorter in general, and the purple being right here. And like the first thing that came to mind, and like I guess the majority of the social media pages, like people are just blowing up with this this right here. Just from like the Future Saga, and you can just go off of this right now, Tommy.
Yeah, mostly I'm scared, and probably a lot of people are scared that it's like going to be a copy and paste because, as you can see right there, Vegeto's there.
Yep.
And plus it's more scary because the photo makes sense because Vegeto's sword is the longer version, and Zamasu is like the corrupt one that we talked about earlier. It's a shorter version.
Yep.
And obviously, if these two were to get added again, which no, please, it would help. Obviously, it will help both the future and fusion categories. I mean tags.
Yep.
Like a tremendous a lot, and like probably the colors would be like something weird, like they're like the colors that are lacking, like blue and yellow.
Yep. Yeah.
And let's.
I mean, like, to piggyback off of that, to be honest, I mean, I would just hate to see them copy and paste the exact same anniversary theme, just like literally 2 years in a row, no like gap in between at all. Like, come on, honestly, just doesn't rub me the right way, to be honest. So I would hope that this is not it, but like this is like the #1 contender for most people and for us as well, unfortunately, when it comes to like, I guess, trying to decipher what they're trying to say here with this Twitter page post right here. So.
All right, enough with that. Let's get with the hype predictions.
Yeah, sorry, like right here, this during the Tournament of Power saga where Vegeta was doing his I guess what is it? I guess you can go off. I actually don't know.
It's basically Vegeta and Topo going against each other and Vegeta doing his final explosion like he did in the Majin Buu saga.
That's what it's called, dude.
Because obviously Vegeta, like spoiler alert, Vegeta wins, like and just like kicks Topo's ass.
Yeah.
And if these two were to get added, obviously we'll buff the Universal Survivor Art tag again heavily because there would be new additions. And obviously another tag would be God Key.
God Key as well. Despite God Key already being meta relevant with the Zenkai units, just like this free to play Super Saiyan God Goku right here. And the 2 LFs right here. 3 LFs actually. Like, even 4. Like, I guess Rose, I guess, can be a contender for the meta. Like, with new additions and stuff. Like, they could be pretty good and relevant again. Like, this team has pretty stacked as is already, but adding new units just like Final Explosion Vegeta and God Topo during this arc here would be pretty good.
Yeah, God Destruction Topo would be a good idea, but with Evolution Vegeta is kind of iffy because, some people want him to be released with, like, an MUI Goku. Whenever they release it, like, later down the line, Ev Legends is still alive.
Yeah.
But I feel like they should release Evolution Vegeta now, and then, like, whenever they release MUI Goku, they could release a full power Jiren as its dual unit. Mm-hmm. Which would be a little bit more interesting.
Yeah. And now to just, like, pretty much wrap our video on our last predictions right here. Frieza and Goku from the Tournament of Power saga. This is a personal favorite prediction of mine. Despite its like very unlikeliness, like pretty much the only thing going for it is like its colorway in relation to this Twitter page post right here. But other than that, honestly, don't see any real like reason as to why it should be a contender at all for like being a prediction like for what they're gonna reveal tomorrow for the anniversary. So I mean, that's my thoughts and predictions on it.
And obviously, it'll be one of the characters that can buff the Universal Survival Saga to attack again.
Yeah.
And plus, it'll be another like unit like with dual card added to the game because the last one was just the Trunks and Mai with the Rose banner.
Yep.
And they're okay. And to have like a hype unit like that will probably be good for the game.
Yeah. Well, I guess that ought to wrap up the video right there. Those are thoughts.
Wait, I have a question.
Yeah, what's up?
What do y'all think Kefla's boob sweat smells like?
Okay, we're gonna end the video.
Okay. All right. Okay, that ought to wrap up the video right there. Those are our thoughts and predictions on what we think is going to be revealed and, I guess, take out over the course of the next few weeks to a month for the 3rd year's Dragon Ball Legends anniversary. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.